Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA. In today's real user review, we are going to be taking a look at the Huckberry GORUCK collaboration GR1 Slick in the 26-liter Ranger Green. Now, Huckberry did send me this as a sample for review, but all of the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I do not share this content with Huckberry or GORUCK prior to publication. They will see this when you do. In addition to that, there is an affiliate link in the description box down below. If you're considering buying this bag or any other product from Huckberry, please consider using that link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do earn a small commission from that sale. All that money goes back in the channel, help me produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. So GORUCK GR1s, I am no stranger at all to them. I've been covering them for years at this point. Prior to doing heritage and menswear, I was primarily a backpack and EDC focused review platform, and I've covered GR1s in about 21 liter, 26 liter, made in Vietnam, made in USA. I've done the rucker, the long range rucker. I have a heritage duffel bag. I have a GR2. I've got a bullet. I've done a couple of bullets. So I've covered a wide variety of GORUCK's products over the years. And we're going to get this out of the way right up front. $345. That's the price point of this bag. That's a lot of money, especially for a backpack. Especially if you go to a place like Target or Walmart, you see a backpack for $15 to $25. You see $345 and your jaw might drop. And personally, I didn't get GORUCK for a very long time because of the price point. I thought it was a ridiculous price to pay for such a basic looking bag. And then I broke down and I bought one, and I realized why I was wrong for so many reasons, why they're worth so much money, and why they continue to be worth the same amount of money. Basically, the price has gone up a little over the past couple of years, but really, as inflation has risen, the price of one of these GR1s hasn't gone up drastically more than it was, say, even 5-6 years ago. So the price point, while high, it really hasn't gone up much higher. So they've stayed pretty consistent, but you're getting a lot of bang for that buck. This is a made in USA bag. This has a lifetime warranty that follows the bag, not the buyer. I sell you this bag, the warranty comes with you. This bag breaks, you send it back to GORUCK, they fix it or replace it. Lifetime of the bag, not with the buyer. I didn't have to register this at all. It just automatically comes with any GORUCK product. Okay, maybe not any GORUCK product. I don't think it follows the clothing and the shoes, but all of the bags have the SCARS lifetime warranty. That's baked into the price point. These are made from premium quality materials. They're made in the USA, and try as hard as I possibly can, I have yet to been able to destroy a GR1 or the rucker. I have the rucker 3.0 that I've now had for years that I actually ruck with. I work out, I've dragged it, I've thrown around like a sandbag. I have not busted a zipper, blown out a seam, or really made it look much dirtier than the dog hair that is kind of weaved through the 1000D Cordura. So the price point, it does seem very, very high, but it is something that is going to last you potentially a lifetime. American made and comes with a lifetime guarantee to the bag, not with the buyer. So all of that is baked into the price point. So this bag is made from a 1000D Cordura exterior with a 210D HT, I believe that's the high tenacity nylon backing and undersides of the strap. Now that is, I want to say, relatively new to GORUCK. They started that, I believe, with the rucker 3.0s, carried it into the 4.0s, and then brought it into the GR1s. Now this is a change from the old style that had the 1000D. So this has a 1000D back that matches the front. So this is going to be a lot smoother, a lot nicer, a lot easier on both the flesh and those gentler clothing. Think things like merino wool. I personally in the summer wear a lot of merino wool t-shirts. This 1000D, it's gonna tear up a merino wool t-shirt. And those are like, you know, $80, $90, $100, $120 t-shirts. So you don't really wanna tear that up with your backpack. So the 210D is really, really nice on that. So it's gonna be good both on clothing and the bare skin. Now, I said that I have a rucker 3.0 that I've actively been not trying to destroy, but I have put it through its paces, especially when I was reviewing it. I don't ruck shirtless. No one wants to see that. No one needs to see that. But when you're rucking and moving around, your shirt generally rides up, and the The Rucker 3.0 does have a lumbar bump. You can see the GR1 does not. So like this last this last piece of padding here actually has a bump for the lumbar. So it sticks out a little bit, but as your shirt rises, the 210D does rub on the bare skin, and it doesn't bother me at all. I don't get any hot spots. I don't get any rashes or any abrasion from the bag. So the 210D is really comfortable to wear on bare skin, and I have not had any issues with it pilling up any clothing. That be jackets, that be t-shirts, merino wool specifically, any cotton tees, like a pea coat. Sometimes I'll wear a pea coat in the winter when it's really, really cold. I haven't had any issues with pilling. So the 210D backing is a really nice addition to both the Rucker line and the GR1 line. One of the other additions to the GR1, this is something that people have been asking for years, is the QA pocket, the quick access pocket on the top of the bag. Now this is something that for a while Scars was offering as an upgrade, because in addition to the Scars lifetime guarantee with GORUCK, you can actually modify bags through Scars. You can either buy a bag and have them modified before they send it out, or you can always send a bag back to Scars and have modification. Now they all come with those come with an upcharge with a cost, but one of the modifications they did offer for a short period of time was adding a QA pocket, because they basically had to deconstruct the whole bag to add this, so they stopped doing it, but people loved it and kept asking for it. And I got a little bit of an inside track here as to why they finally did this. I don't remember if he's the CFO, don't quote me on that, but he now owns a completely different backpack company. But I was chatting with him because I've covered his products on this channel before, and he was saying that Jason's father is the reason they finally implemented the QA pocket. So we asked for it for years, and GORUCK was not giving it to us. So if you want something from GORUCK, get into Jason's father's ear and maybe it can get implemented. But yes, we have the QA pocket with the high-vis orange interior. This is clutch. Now, I don't personally ruck with a GR1. I have, just to try it, that blue one that I just showed you. But usually I ruck with my my Rucker 3.0. That's why I got it specifically to work out with. Now there is I think it's on this one, yes. There is a hydration port that you get with the older GORUCKs. This is on the older, this will be on the Ruckers. In the older GR1s, there's Velcro that closes. It's industrial strength, so you really got to struggle. So you can put out a water bladder tube. You do not have that on the QA pocket version, because the QA pocket is where that Velcro piece would come out. So you don't have the hydration port, but you do have a QA pocket. Now for me, again, the GR1 is my EDC or travel bag, so I haven't used it except the times I did try to ruck with it. Actually, I don't ruck with a hydration bladder, so I actually don't even think I use it ever, even on my Rucker. So I personally have not used the hydration port. Now, if you're doing a GORUCK event, that might be different. Personally, I didn't use it. QA pocket I find to be a much better feature, much more user-friendly, especially since I would say 90% of the people buying GR1s are buying these for an EDC or a travel bag. They're not rucking in a GR1. So the QA pocket is much, much more useful and handy than a water bladder port. Now, the original reason I requested another GR1 26L Slick was twofold, really. Ranger green is probably one of my favorite colors. It's an olive. I love olive. I love olive drab. Another lifetime, I worked in an Army Navy store for like, 15 years, and I'm pretty partial to military themed clothing, like field jackets, pea coats, deck jackets, things of that nature. And I'm very, very partial to olive and olive drab. It's one of my favorite colors. So when this was an option, I had to try it out. This also comes in coyote in black, but I use this. The second reason was this is part of my back to school fall lineup, and the reason I chose a GR1 for back to school is from my own personal experience in college. Now, I'm 21 years removed from college now at this point. I graduated in 2004 from Penn State. I'm sure things are a lot different. You're probably not carrying the massive textbooks we carried back then, but I don't know how many backpacks I blew out and destroyed. Now, I used a lot of JanSports because back then they're still relatively inexpensive for a JanSport, but you can get a JanSport for like 25 bucks back then, which was, an okay amount of money, and they were essentially indestructible. But when you're carrying chem books and media law books that are like that thick, and I'm not even making that up, they're about that thick, and you have 2 or 3 of those in your backpack, yeah, a JanSport was not handling that. And I blew out so many backpacks, just about every semester I was going through a backpack. So like 2 bags a year. So that adds up over time. So the reason I chose this is because a GR1 is something you're going to have for your collegiate career and beyond, well into your professional career. So this is something that you are going to be able to use and beat the hell out of for years and years and years, and you're still going to have that bag. And if for some reason you bust a zipper, blow out a seam, you send it back to Jacksonville, Florida, and they'll fix it. They can't fix it, they're gonna replace it with the current version of whatever that bag is. So yeah, the price point, again, while high, is something that I feel is definitely worth it, especially, again, something that put me off from GORUCK for so long, and then I finally broke down and got one, and I found out that these bags are virtually indestructible. I actively tried to destroy my Rucker 3.0, and I cannot do it. Now, one bonus point you get with the Slick version here is you also don't have MOLLE on the sleeves. Now, these are super thick padded straps, but without the MOLLE on the sleeves, they are a lot more pliable and a lot more comfortable. So when you get, say, a regular GR1 that does come with the MOLLE on the front, you also get MOLLE on the sleeves, or the straps, I'm sorry. Now, while this is the same thickness, and this is a very old bag. This is actually a 21 liter made in Vietnam version that I've had. This is the first GORUCK I ever bought. So I've had this for years and I've used this a ton. And these straps are still very beefy and stiff. So this bag is only like 2 months old, and these straps are a lot more pliable and a lot more comfortable, and that's because of this webbing. Once you add this bar tacking, you see it kind of comes through, it creases the back. It just makes it a lot more rigid. Yes, it will bend on these little seams much easier, but then you get these like little squares, and you can at times feel that kind of rubbing into the side of your neck, and it can become uncomfortable. So the fact that the Slick does not have the MOLLE, it actually makes these a lot more pliable and a lot more comfortable right out of the gate. You don't have to spend years breaking in these straps. So you get a nice thickly padded strap that is a lot more comfortable. And if you are carrying a ton of heavy textbooks to school, probably not carrying as much weight as I did, but if you by chance are, you are going to have a lot of cushion to make those books or that bag lay over your clavicle and your shoulders much more comfortable than something like a $25 backpack that you get from a big box store that's most likely not even gonna last you a full semester. So the bag itself is going to last forever. This bag at this point is probably it's more than that. I had this, my daughter is about to turn 7 in less than a month, and this bag is older than her. So I've had this for minimum 8 years, and really, other than the dog hair that's on it, I would say you would not be able to tell that this bag is 2 months old and this bag is probably 8 years old, just because these things hold up so well. And this has been through a lot. This has been an EDC for a lot of days, a lot of years at this point. I've rucked with this, I've traveled with this, and it still looks in damn good shape. Really, the only thing I did was I changed out the zipper pulls because I wanted to kind of customize it and make it a little bit my own. This was part of the Monster Mystery Ruck, so I didn't know what color I was going to get. I just picked, I wanted a 21 liter GORUCK, so I just picked it, and Midnight Navy showed up. While it wasn't my favorite, it's grown on me. It wasn't my favorite color. It's grown on me over the years, but I added a little bit of flair just to kind of personalize it to my own. But once again, the price point does seem high, but these things are going to last you years. So if you do carry a ton for school, for work, these things are going to last forever. The only point of note I would like to make goes back to this 210D HT backing and underside of the shoulder straps. Now, if you're single shoulder slinging the bag, for instance, when I get to work in the morning, I will sometimes grab the bag and just throw it over my right shoulder and start walking towards the building. But because the 210D is a little bit slick, sometimes depending upon what I'm wearing, it does have a tendency to slip off the shoulder. Now, if I'm wearing something like a denim jacket, it does grip a little bit better, but if I'm wearing something like the Railwind Sailcloth Tanker jacket, it does tend to slip a little bit more, or if I'm wearing a regular t-shirt or a button-down shirt that has more of a smooth texture to it, the bag does have a tendency to slide off your shoulder, so to make it more convenient, just double shoulder sling the bag. But other than that, I absolutely love GORUCK GR1 bags. They are incredibly useful and versatile. And the Slick version that we see here, I think is the most versatile of them all, because this will fit into so many different settings. We don't have the MOLLE on the front. We don't have the morale patch. We don't have the MOLLE on the straps. So this will blend in total gray man. Now, okay, this Ranger green version might stick out a little bit more than, say, the black version. So if you want to go like hardcore gray man, go with the black GR1 Slick. Either the 21 or the 26 liter, they are both very, very valid options. Both of them, I would say, punch above their weight class, meaning the shape of this bag being a big square, the fact that fully clamshells open, you can really pack out these bags and fully utilize them. They don't have a tapered design to them where sometimes it kind of will come into the body so it kind of fits the contours of your body better. This bag doesn't have that. It's more of just a rectangle, which I prefer because you can actually fully utilize and pack out this bag. So 21 liter, I'd say, carries closer to like a 25 liter without feeling like a bigger bulky bag, and 26 liter carries more like a 30 liter without feeling, again, like a bigger bulkier bag. So you can really pack these things out. And the fact that they don't have any of the MOLLE on the front of the bag or the morale patch, so it makes this just more gray man. It fits in. So if you are working in the city, in an office building, this bag will certainly blend much better than this bag, even though they are the exact same shape and have all the same features minus the MOLLE. The Slick version is certainly worth it if you do work in an office building. And once again, maybe go with the black, but I am personally very, very partial to olive drab, which is why I went with the green. So the 26 liter or 21 liter Slick GR1 from the Huckberry GORUCK collab, this is a great bag. This is one of my favorites. I keep going back to the black version, which I probably won't be using much more because I just love the Ranger green. Great bag, both of them. Function amazingly. QA pocket is a must-have. It's great. I throw a pen in there. I throw my work ID in there. The only other difference that I would say, I don't mind the, I keep referencing this, I should just leave it up here. I personally don't mind the MOLLE webbing. I like it, I use it. Now for me, especially with this older version, it doesn't have the QA pocket, I would always clip a pen, Sharpie, and I would clip my work ID to the MOLLE when I'm leaving, or when I get home for the day. I would clip my work ID there, so I always had it with me. Because if I throw it in the front pocket, it could sink to the bottom. So I like to have it on the front. It's very, very quick and easy to access. Now I use all of those things inside this QA pocket. Now I personally, again, I don't mind the MOLLE webbing. I like it. Oh, I did forget, there's also on the side of the bag, there's a couple rows, so you can attach a water bottle pocket there. Now, while I personally don't mind it, I do realize that this is a more tactical looking bag, and that doesn't fit everyone's aesthetic, either for the fact that they work in an office or they just don't like the MOLLE tactical look of the bag. So while I personally, and I know a lot of people do like and prefer the MOLLE tactical look version, the Slick certainly fits into just about any situation. You can still use this in all the same situations you can use this bag. It just fits in a little bit better in all of those other situations where you don't want to look like you're carrying a tactical backpack. So you're on the train, you're in the city, you want to look a little bit more gray man, the Slick version is a great bag. So overall, yes, I do think this bag is worth $345. You get a lot for that price point. Made in America, high quality 1000D material, 210D backing, lifetime warranty that follows the bag, not the buyer, and the fact that I've actively tried to destroy one of these bags and have been not able to do so, I think all of that makes this bag totally worth it. Even on the resale market, these things will even resell. Now brand new, $345. I've seen them go for $300, $325, depending upon the colorway and the availability. Like right now, I don't think the black is currently available on the Huckberry site, so you might have to wait. You can do notifications for restocks, but the black version of this might sell for $325 used just because it's not currently available and it's something that people really, really like. So overall, yes, the bag is definitely worth the price point. I was very skeptical of that myself for many, many years. Now I know why. I wouldn't say I am a GORUCK fanboy, but I am now a GORUCK believer in the product that they put out. It is a great, solid product. So it's something that you can get even in high school and use it well beyond college. You will end up actually saving money in the long run. Because like I said earlier, if you got something cheap for 25 bucks from a big box store, you're gonna get maybe a semester out of that. To keep the numbers simple and conservative, we'll just say $50 per year. At the end of your collegiate career, you were out $400, so ultimately you ended up saving yourself $50, and you still have a backpack that you can continue to use for years to come. So it might be a tough pill to swallow, but I say just bite the bullet, get it, buy once, cry once. It's a great bag. I have many more now than I ever thought I would because they're such a great product. I can't help myself. I love GORUCK products. Again, not a fanboy. I don't agree with everything that they do or put out, but for the GR1, I think they basically nailed it. So with that, I hope you found this video just a little bit informative, maybe learned a little bit from it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next so it gets notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.